breakfast on the Discada. Some people call it a disco. Some people call it a disc. Some people even call it a Chinese walk. It's really just a modified plow disc. I happen to get this one from Southwest Disc. I'll leave a link in the description on where you can go buy one if you want, and I think you might even can get one at a discount. So let's get busy. All right, here we go. Start with, we got a little bit of oil, just a little bit, and we got about 4 pieces of garlic there. Let's go ahead and roast those up a little bit until they get tender. All right, as you can see, as the roasting process begins, the skin is just kind of falling off. All right, so just move the skin out of the way for now, and we're going to go ahead and get this garlic off the heat there. See how it's just coming off the skin? Go ahead, you don't want to burn the garlic. All right, just keep doing that until they're all done. All right, our garlic's done. We're going to add a tad bit more oil. What I got here is I got some mushrooms, some onions, and bell peppers. We're going to go ahead and saute these up so they get a little caramelized there. Now, mushrooms are generally not traditional in this dish. And by the way, what they like to call this dish, or what some people call this dish, would be called Shakshuka. Alright guys, it's not quite caramelized yet, but now it's probably about halfway there. So what we're going to do is add in some dried Spanish chorizo. And you can usually buy it like this in the rounds. I'm just saving these as some garnish. Next up, after the chorizo goes in, I sauteed it for about 2 or 3 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and do is add in 1 serrano or 1 jalapeno. And I'm using the stem and all. You can pull the stem out later. I just want as much of that flavor imparted into this dish as possible. Now the reason why I didn't saute the jalapenos up with the rest is because I want them a little bit more, how would I say that, mushy, or less mushy. Intact. Yeah, I would rather them stay intact. Good eye. That's why you have a helper. All right, we're sauteed up, nice, and I like the way it looks. So now we're going to go in with our, these are Cento, made by Cento. These are San Marzano. This is a 28-ounce can. We're going to go in with a whole can. Next up, you can see where I've smashed that garlic up that we roasted up there. We're going to throw that in there. Then, what's going to take this dish over the top is this. We're not going to use the whole thing. We're only going to use about that much. About that much. That's about a quarter of a can that we used to that. All right, in goes a pinch of salt, pinch of pepper. Forgot to add a few things. Add about that much turmeric. I'm gonna call that maybe what, a half a teaspoon maybe, and about that much cumin. It's not rocket science, guys. All right, so we're gonna stir this in. We may end up having to add, we're gonna add a little bit of liquid later, but right now we're just gonna go ahead and simmer this because some of these veg and whatnot are still going to release a little bit of liquid. So put a lid on it. Let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Okay, let's just have a peek real quick. Oh my goodness. Bam! Alright, as you guys can see, you see how this is thickened up a little bit? Alright, so we still have to put our eggs in here, which is going to go in next. And we're going to need a little bit of liquid. So you can use whatever liquid you have. Water, chicken broth. I'm going to use beer. And let's see, that's about, we'll add a little bit more, maybe right there. Let's see, let's stir it around. I'm gonna call that good right there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack a couple eggs on here. All right, here we go, guys. All right, very important. Use a spoon to dig a well. Now you don't want to go all the way down in here. We don't want to do that. We just want to go partially down. Okay, we're just gonna kind of leave that like that. We're gonna crack this egg, just like this. Being careful not to get any shells in there, hopefully. Alright, now, very carefully, you're gonna just put that in the well like that. And we're gonna do it all around here, and you put as many eggs as you want. Show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, as you can see, we're serving 4 people. So now what you're going to want to do is put the lid on it, and we're going to cook those eggs. Now, you cook them as long as you want. So I'll show you how I like mine. Our eggs are done, so now we're going to do a little drizzle of olive oil. Just a little bit on these eggs. Alright. Garnish it with a little, let's do some chorizo here. A little jalapeno. This is raw jalapeno, by the way. So now we're going to garnish this with a little bit of Mexican cheese. You can use goat cheese. This is like a, I don't know, like a queso fresco type cheese. Drizzle that over the top, much as you want. Go over this with some freshly cut cilantro. And then lastly, we'll do some avocado slices. Man, this is gonna be so freaking delicious. Alright, let's give this a taste. Alright, I was voted off doing the whole caveman style and digging in. They made me get a plate and whatnot. So let's give this a try. Get a jalapeno and whatnot in there. A little bit of this egg. Tortilla. Mmm. Mmm. That is so freaking delicious. Mmm. So, another way this can be eaten is on a piece of hot, crusty bread. Mmm. Guys, this stuff, I wanted to say shite. This is off the chain. You guys should give it a try. Shakshuka in the Discada. Do it.